I think everyone wants to do what I do, what the players do when you're winning, and nobody wants to sit in this chair when you lose, especially when you lose the way we lost today. But we did, and nothing will change that. The disappointment, I told our players, you have to be, it has to burn. The disappointment has to hurt that much. And yet, you have to have the ability and willingness to forgive. Forgive yourself. Forgive the teammate. Forgive the coaches. But you don't forget. Don't forget. Don't forget how you feel, what caused us to feel this way, and be determined that it won't happen again. Leadership, it's easy when you're successful. When you run off the road, when you run out of gas at the finish line and get past, when you are guaranteeing yourself you're going to win the race, that's when it's hard. But that's the test that we have. And that's where truly, really good people find a way. And it's hard. I'm not going to kid you. It will be hard going into Mexico on Tuesday. But if we have what I think we have, we'll go in and we'll play like crazy. And then hopefully it will be good enough. And we'll have a big test on Tuesday. I know that. They know that. You know that. But 7 missed free throws in a row. I think they made 2 of their 3 threes. I know they made the one Duncan made at the end where you have to find a way and tell yourself, you ain't going to get a 3. I'm going to run you through a wall before you get a 3, and the worst will happen, we'll have overtime or have the ball with a chance to win. But words are, it's easy to spew words, but we had one that everybody, including you, thought we were going to win, and we didn't. And for that, we have to deal with it and live with it and say, how will we respond to it? So I told them my last comment, 4 questions. I said, I know the guys in ties will be ready. It's critical that you have that same type of resolve. It won't hurt any less, and no one hurts more than we do right now. But let's get it done together. So, questions?
Was it just a case of missing free throws, or was there more to this comeback?
Well, the free throws were the huge, piece to the puzzle. I thought they allowed us to kind of hold the ball a couple of times, and then we did not do a good job of saying we're going to get a shot. We're going to get a good shot. We had a couple of turnovers that didn't lead to baskets, but it kept us from getting to the free throw line again or getting a shot. But if you have 7 free throws, you've got to be able to make a couple of them. And we it's easy for anybody to say, but it sometimes gets the rim, that rim gets tighter and tighter when you miss a couple. And we failed to make them. And to their credit, they came down. They still had to score some points, and they did. And we didn't quit trying to guard, and they made some plays.
In the last few games, after putting up really prodigious defensive numbers, you've had 2 or 3 teams, I think now, in the last 4 games shoot over 45%, between 45 and 50. Is there something in your defense that isn't there that was there earlier in the season?
I don't think so, but there might be, given what you're saying. I don't know. Today, it was obvious that they wanted to spread the floor, attack off the bounce, and make things happen that way. For both teams, I think part of what you do defensively, it shows in different ways. We have not been a team that's turned our opponent over a lot. So then those 17 turnovers, if you have 7 and they miss 10 shots that we rebound, then your statistic on your field goal defense is better. So I don't know, but your point's well taken. We've had several teams shoot in the high 40s, one in the 50s, and that has been atypical for teams that have played us. But it's happened.
Coach, Trey and Jeremy said that the streak of winning with 5 minutes or less isn't talked about a lot by you guys. Would you say that's the case as well?
They said what now?
Winning with under 5 minutes left, the streak, that it was not talked about very much inside. Would you say that's the case as well?
No, that was something that it sounded good on TV. It made us look good, but it had no impact on this game today. Our mission now will be to start one in Albuquerque that goes 150 plus again. And I hope I'm here to see it.
When did you guys know that Webb wasn't going to play? And then were you kind of surprised by the play of Hutchison? He seemed to come along pretty well today. I think he was pretty close to his 2 away from his career high.
Hutchison played well against us at their place. He's a good player. They're a good team. They're a better team with Webb, but they're a good team. And they stayed with it, kept playing, and found a way to win the game. They've been on the other side of games like this. We all know that. And today they were rewarded for their resolve, and they found a way to get one that nobody thought they would get, except the group that wore the Boise State shirts.
We'll start with you, Trey. That was a tough one. Can you just kind of sum up what your feelings are and kind of what happened out there?
Well, it's obvious we're disappointed. We had an 8-point lead or 9-point lead, whatever it was, like a minute to go. And to miss those free throws like that, it's not a good feeling, but it's just something we all got to get in the gym and work on them and move on to the next game.
Is that sort of an infectious moment when one guy misses, then the next? I mean, how does that kind of happen?
I guess you could say that. I mean, you see one guy and then another guy miss some free throws, and you kind of hear the crowd keep getting restless as every free throw is missed. I guess it could kind of get in your head, but it's not an excuse. We got to go up to the line and make them, and if we would have did that, we would have won the game.
You guys have talked in the past about how you could see when the crowd leaves if you guys are down by a few points. It's kind of the opposite today. They kind of left when you guys were up by a good amount. Does that have an effect on you guys at all when you see that happening?
No.
You guys are undefeated against teams playing at full strength. And your 2 losses in conference have come against teams that did not have their best bigs. Is that just coincidence, or is it just kind of throwing you out of whack when you don't see the best player out there?
I'd say it's a coincidence. We don't. The coaches tell us not to worry about who's playing. Just go out there and execute the game plan. And we executed it for 39 minutes. In the last minute, we did not.
Were you at all surprised how close they were guarding you on that one play? They were all the way out there.
Not really. I mean, I figured once I saw, I don't know who it was that set the screen that Dremick was on, I figured they would switch. It was just, we didn't have the best spacing, and I tried to make a play, and it didn't work out.
Did the ball get knocked off your leg?
Yeah.
How much did the streak mean to you guys in the program? Is that something that was talked about more outside, or was that something you guys also talked about a lot inside?
What streak?
The winning by 5 minutes.
It's never brought up.
Never.
KELL said yesterday that last year's loss to Boise State was typical for you.
Mm-hmm.
How hard was this one for you with how you played in the final minutes?
Just as bad. To miss 2 free throws, have the ball in my hand, to win the game and turn it over. It hurts just as bad.
Jeremy, your thoughts?
I feel like I let my team down tonight. I I play like a freshman and I look like a freshman out there, and I had stupid turnovers and just doing things I don't normally do, and I feel like I let my team down, and I had a huge part in as to why we lost the game, and then to do all that and then miss the free throws at the end that's irritating to know that those 2 free throws could have had a different outcome of the game. And I don't know, I just feel like I let my team down, but it's nothing I could really hang my head over because we play again on Tuesday. So I'm gonna try to get over it and not to let it bother me too much.
Jeremy, how did the foot feel today, and what's the mindset like coming off the bench instead of starting like you had all those games before?
My foot is fine, and I have the same mindset as if I was starting. Either way, I'm gonna come in and try to play as hard as I can and affect the game in any way I possibly can, and I don't think I did that today, which is very frustrating.
Does it start today with picking yourselves up? You know, I mean, you can't really just let this take you down, right?
Right. You can't hang your heads off a loss because Coach talked about teams in the past that they've played against. They'll lose a game, and then the game that they lost will affect them the next game, and they lose that one too. So we can't let this game affect us in the next game and have this help us lose the next game. So we really have to forget about it and just focus on the next game and the next opponent.